What's up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the full breakdown for the up and coming week. This week's is the final exotic catalyst mission, the Whisper of the Worm. We also have two brand new brave legendary weapons, alongside two weapons which will be your last chance to get them this week, alongside a full breakdown of the full weekly rituals and so much more. So be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. We are well on our way to 200k, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 3 of Into the Light and week 22 of Season of the Wish. We are just 6 resets away from the final shape, and it's with that in mind it's likely that we'll see the launch of the Where is Archie missions into the game. Now these aren't live right now, but there are 6 missions available, which sees us visiting various destinations to find our robotic friend. We made a video last week covering the details, but also providing guides to all 6 quests. So should this mission go live this week, be sure to check that video out, and I will leave the link to that down in the video description below. Now, as we touched upon in the intro, we'll also have 2 new brave weapons this week. That comes in the form of the Hammerhead legendary machine gun and also the Forbearance grenade launcher. Now our site will have new quests for each weapon. We have Bring Down the Hammer, which requires us to get rapid kills with machine guns anywhere in the system, as well as Patience and Forbearance, once again requiring us to defeat combatants rapidly using breach loaded grenade launchers. Now these 2 weapons are some of the most exciting ones in the set. What kind of roles are you looking for? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now alongside those, we also have the final Whispers of the Taken exotic quest. This is the 3rd and final catalyst quest for the Wisp of the Worm. And with the weapon equipped, you'll need to defeat combatants with precision damage to collect their Taken essences, and once again defeat a set of Taken blights in the exotic mission The Whisper on Legend difficulty. Now upon completing the mission on Legend, you'll be able to visit Erismore once again over on the moon to pick up the final perk augment. And alongside those, you'll also have the final oracles to find. Once again, we made a video covering all their locations. So if you're looking to pick up the exotic ship from this mission, this is the week to do it. And I will leave the link to that video down in the video description below. And this brings us nicely onto the exotic mission Rotator. And the featured exotic mission for this week is Operation Seraph's Shield. Now to gain access to this, you'll need to either own the Witch Queen or Season of the Seraph, and if you do, then this is the home to the Revision 0, the exotic craftable pulse rifle, and alongside that you can also pick up weapons and armor from Season of the Seraph as well. That includes the Fire and Forget, Tripwire Canary, Disparity, Path of Least Resistance, Judgment of Kelgoroth, and the Retrofit Escapade. That's alongside the Ikelos hand cannon, the Ikelos shotgun, the sniper rifle, and the infamous Ikelos SMG. And on top of all those weapons, you can even pick up the Warmind's Avatar armor set. Now, these items can drop during the course of the activity or upon activity completion, and can even drop as deep sight resonance versions. So if you still need weapon patterns, then make sure to jump in this week and get that challenge done. Now next up, we're going to move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week. The featured raid for the up and coming week is the Last Wish raid. This takes place over in the Dreaming City and launched back in Forsaken. And as the featured raid, all the challenges will be available, which is perfect if you're looking to complete your Riven's Bane seal. And if you're still chasing down the 1000 Voices, the exotic fusion rifle from this raid, you can even farm Riven for keys to open as many chests as you can upon completing Queen's Walk. Now as for the featured challenge in the Crota's End raid, this can be found over in the Crota Encounter and is called All for One. And this is where Crota's overshield must be destroyed within around 3 seconds. You and your fire team will need to enlighten enough players and get enough swords together to take out Crota's shield all in one go. Thankfully, most fire teams run this strategy, but it's one of the easier challenges to complete. And if you and your fire team can get it done, then you'll gain access to an additional raid chest and that all-important bonus raid loot. Now, as for the featured dungeon, this week's dungeon is Duality. This can be found over on the Leviathan, which remains derelict on the outskirts of the moon. Now, Duality is one of the best sources for Artifice armor, has some incredibly unique weapons, and is also the home to the Heart Shadow exotic sword. As always, as the featured dungeon, it is therefore farmable. So if there's any armor or weapons that you're chasing, then be sure to jump in this week if you're looking to add them to your collection. Now from here, we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th Anniversary Pack activity. Alongside the Scatterhorn armor set from Forsaken, we see the return of the Wild Hunt armor set from Season of the Hunt. And as always, with Season of the Hunt armor, we have the relevant weapons too, including the Arsenic Bite, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, the Escape Velocity, Jian's 7 Rifle, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, Friction Fire, and the Timeline's Vertex. Now, these items can drop during the course of the activity or upon completion, or by handing in strange coins over at the Starhorse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now this brings us onto the weekly rituals, and we see a returning Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 22. This comes in the form of the Lake of Shadows, which was completely reworked in a lot of aspects. And as for Nightfall exclusive rewards, this will be your last opportunity to pick up the loaded Question Fusion Rifle. This is leaving rotation upon the end of the season, and this is the last week it will be in rotation. So if you don't have a god roll on this, then make sure to jump into the Lake of Shadows to get that weapon and get that Grandmaster challenge done. Now as for the featured Crucible rotators, we finally see the return of Momentum Control. This hasn't been in rotation for absolutely ages, and that returns alongside Elimination. Now this weekend we'll also see the return of Trials of Osiris, and this also has a leaving weapon this weekend. It comes in the form of the Cataphract DL3 Heavy Drum Grenade Launcher. This is the last weekend it will be in rotation, as it will be leaving rotation upon the end of Season of the Wish. So if you don't have a god roll on this, then this is your last weekend to pick it up, so be sure to jump into Trials upon Friday's daily reset. And finally, to round us out for the week, we have the Lost Sector calendar for the week. This week kicks off over in the Bunker E15 and will be offering exotic gauntlets. On Wednesday, you can head over to the Concealed Void for a chance at exotic chess pieces, with Thursday being found over in the Thrillerdrome, which will be offering exotic helmets. On Friday, alongside the return of Trials, Guided Precept is back, offering exotic boots, with Scavenger's Den available on Saturday, offering exotic gauntlets, and rounding out the weekend over in the Skydock on Sunday, which will be offering exotic chess pieces. And to complete the week, you can head back to the Quarry on Monday, and this will be offering exotic helmets. So as always, if you're still filling out your exotic collection, then be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you do want to check out the calendar in full for yourself, then make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. So there we have it, guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 22 of Season of the Wish. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to put to the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.